they plan to make history here this evening.
What's going on, everybody? Week 16 of the NFL season. 8-7-1. We had a tie.
Yeah, and you were 7-8. Well, yeah, the Tennessee-Arizona game was a push.
I don't matter. I checked out. This week, we went on a field trip last night and didn't tape it. Went to the Blues game. They lost. So we're in a downer mood today. So we're doing it from here, right here.
We talked about going to the
We did talk about going to the wineries, but we've been downtown.
Not the winery, the Anheuser-Busch, the brewery.
The brewery. But we've been downtown Sunday,
Thursday,
Sunday, Tuesday. And we don't live like right downtown. I mean, we live in St. Louis. But St. Louis is like got a big like suburban area, and we're technically about an hour away. When traffic's real bad, it can get worse.
Yeah.
So we're just doing it here. We got up early. I got some Christmas shopping to do. I got to buy some shit, some gifts. But this week we only disagree on six of them.
Only 6.
Yeah, only 6. So these are the ones we agree on.
A lot of big points.
A lot of big point spreads this week. Did we all take the underdogs and most of them? We'll see. Yeah. All right, that's enough. First up on the list, actually, it looks like we almost made it through the whole noon games agreeing, but we right here at the end. We got the Vikings going to the Bengals. Vikings are a 7-point underdog. I personally, I don't get it. Maybe it's just that I don't watch enough of it, but it just seems like the Vikings don't get enough respect. Every time I look up the damn scoreboard, they're throwing 30 or 40 points on somebody, it seems like. So 7 points against a Bengals team that might play good defense, and their offense sometimes doesn't show up, a la Monday night. Or wait, they didn't play Monday night.
They played Sunday night against Pittsburgh.
That Sunday night bullshit. Thank God there was a pay-per-view on, because, both of them sucked, if you ask me. The game and the pay-per-view. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings. Yeah, like I said, it's just some kind of illusion to me. Every time I look up, it seems like they're scoring a lot of points. So 7 points to give to a Vikings team that can score, I'll take it.
Well, Minnesota has 4 wins?
Yeah, they don't win, but it seems like...
Yeah, but they seem to be in games. I guess a lot's going to determine whether Peterson plays, Gerhardt plays. The fact that, Castle, who every time he started, he's had at least 240 yards passing. Cordero Patterson is starting to, as a rookie, getting into the game plan, and you can see where he can break out. Greg Jennings showed up for the first time this year that I know of. Who would have thought that? I just look at Cincinnati. They've probably underperformed so far this year, but for some reason when they're at home, they're a different team. I think their defense, especially if the 2 running backs aren't able to go this week, even if they are, Minnesota's going to get some yards. But I like Cincinnati's defense at home to be able to hold Minnesota down. They're not going to score 48 points. I doubt they'll score 30, maybe not even 20. Who knows? But Cincinnati at home, this is a big game for them. They lost the cushion they had over Baltimore. I think they got a 1-game lead. If Baltimore wins out, Baltimore wins the conference. So Cincinnati, this is a must-win. I see they're going to come out and take care of this game. So give me Cincinnati. Next game, are we doing? Which one do you want to do next?
I'm not sure we disagree on this one. We can go
let's do the Tennessee game.
Okay.
We got Tennessee Titans going on the road to Jacksonville. Tennessee is favored by 5.5. I like Jacksonville in this game. The last 6 weeks or so for Jacksonville, they've actually played really well. Tennessee, not much to play for. With Ryan Fitzpatrick at quarterback, I always expect at least 2 or 3 turnovers. I think that will be key to this game. I like Jacksonville to maybe win the game, but at least keep it within 5 points, probably a field goal game. So I'm taking Jacksonville at home.
Yeah, last week the Titans made a run there at the end of the game. Now, we were at the Rams game, so it was kind of hard to watch. We had Red Zone going, but all we could see was score updates. But actually, Fitzpatrick had a pretty good game, and I think we were talking about Kendall Wright. He had a good game. Jacksonville's way banged up right now. They've lost, I don't know if Cecil Shorts is playing. I don't know if MJ Jubitz. They had their one guy come in. He got 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. What was his name? Bodine or I don't know. I don't know either. But I just think they're too banged up right now. To be honest with you, both these teams don't really have much to play for. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tennessee -5.5. Next up, we've got the Steelers and the Packers. Now, this on Sportsbook, where we got our money, doesn't even have a line yet. They're waiting to see if Aaron Rodgers is playing. If Aaron Rodgers plays, I would take the Packers. We found a line on CBS Sports at -1.5 for the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers right now. If Aaron Rodgers were to play, I don't give a shit if he's rusty or not. I'm going to give it to the edge to the Packers. But as of right now, I'm going to take the Steelers. If Rodgers plays, I'll take the Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay here. I like the running game that the Green Bay has been able to put up so far with Eddie
Lacy.
That
faggot.
Whatever, he's on my team.
Well, he was against me last week.
But, I mean, that seems to have really helped Green Bay. I don't know if we can look at the second half and say, oh, look, Flynn's really getting down, or the Cowboys' defense is just that bad. But with Green Bay at home, both of these teams really, I think Pittsburgh still has an outside shot, as slim as it may be, at the playoffs, but I just don't see it happening. Green Bay has probably a slightly more realistic shot in the division they're in. I like Green Bay at home to continue their streak of trying to get to the playoffs, so give me Green Bay to cover. Next game, we've got the Oakland Raiders going to San Diego. San Diego's favored by 10 points. San Diego's a better team. They're playing well right now. They're coming off an impressive victory at Denver. I'm taking Oakland in this game. The reason I'm taking Oakland, I know they have some injuries right now, but it's a rivalry game. I like Oakland to at least keep it within 10 points. I expect San Diego to win this game. But when it's a game like this, I'm going with the big underdog here just to cover. So give me Oakland.
Yeah, if the Chargers paid any attention last week, you've got actually two good running backs in Danny Woodhead and Ryan Matthews. Jamal Charles, granted, a good running back, above average running back, don't get me wrong. But what he did last week in the passing game, wasn't even the fucking run game. You got a guy like Danny Woodhead who is not Jamal Charles at all, but I think with the whole total pieces of the Chargers offense, I think they kill the Raiders. The Raiders the Raiders put up some points, didn't they, last week?
31.
Yeah, 31 points, but I just don't see it happening this week. I'll go ahead and take the Chargers -10, and fuck you Raiders. You took out my fantasy team single-handedly last week. Congratulations by letting a guy get dump-off passes and run 60 yards every fucking time. Ugh.
I'm in the championship game.
I'm not. I got eliminated. I scored 150 fucking points last week and lost by fucking 40.
Although I almost lost because Justin Tucker is on steroids and kicking 38 million field goals in one game.
That was ridiculous. Next we have the Patriots coming off that loss to Miami, which they were still in the damn game on the road. Had a chance there at the end. I'll be honest with you, I don't care who comes on the field for the Patriots. I really think they can still score points. And that's something I think the Ravens, even with a banged-up Patriots defense, they still struggle to do. Their kicker's not going to be there forever. He cannot keep that shit up. That was crazy what he did. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots. Plus, they're not. Did you just hear what I said? They're not even favored. I don't care if they're on the road or not. I'm going to take the Raiders. Give me those 2.5 points and watch them win outright.
All right. I look at the history of these two teams in the last, several years, and I think New England has a slight edge in head-to-head matchups. But this isn't the same New England team.
No.
Dobson, Tompkins, Gronkowski, it's three receiving threats. So now you're looking at Amendola or whatever they call him on the show. And you got Edelman. You got basically a bunch of slot guys. And I think Baltimore can probably defend that a little better than having Gronkowski in there going down the middle. New England's got a lot of injuries right now. And with Baltimore at home, with their defense, with what's on the line, New England doesn't really have much to play for right now. Let's just get to the playoffs. I like Baltimore at home here. I see them winning this game. but we'll find out. Next, we've got the Chicago Bears going on the road to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is favored by 3 points. I think if you'd have told me 2 or 3 weeks ago I'd be taking Chicago in any game, I'd probably slapped you because their defenses just look that bad. But offensively, Chicago, I mean, they've got a very potent offense. When you look at Jeffries and Marshall on the outside with Forte, it stretches a defense thin. And as we saw last week, Philadelphia at Minnesota, I mean, just tore them up with Cordell Patterson and Jennings and that's without their top 2 running backs. I just see Chicago being able to score enough to potentially win this game. And the only thing I worry about is McCoy with Chicago's defense having like 250 yards rushing. But I like Chicago on the road here to keep that lead in the division.
Yeah, that's what I was going to start off with. Shady McCoy should be able to just rip them a new one. And then on top of that, you got a guy in Foles that has just been hot as shit the last 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I really think Jay Cutler's going to fucking be the cog in this whole Bears plane crash that's getting ready to happen, if you ask me. And I was really surprised he made it through that game last week. He actually came back, got let him back late, with a fourth quarter, a couple touchdowns, I think. And but after that start, I thought for sure he wasn't going to be showing up at halftime. And I was really surprised they kept going with him. They stuck with him, but I really think the Eagles' offense is just too much for a Bears defense that is one of the worst in the NFL. Thank God for the Cowboys, Bears. And there might be another shitty one in there somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Eagles at home, -3. I just think it's going to be too much of a foot race. The over-under on that's 56. I'm not scared. I'll take the over because that one's going to be a high-scoring game. Should be. Now, it'll probably end up being 14-13, and there'll be like snow on the ground or something. Well, even with the snow, McCoy ran for 240. But, I just see that one being a real high-scoring game. Hopefully the weather holds up because I think it is supposed to get some shitty weather in, starting here in St. Louis on Thursday, which means by Saturday and Sunday, the East Coast might be getting hit with some nasty shit. So you're gonna have to take your weather concerns in this week. If we had a big busty weather girl here, we'd have her showing her map and her big cans. But we just got us, and you don't want to see my cans.
I could put a wig on.
They're hairy. But anyway, that's all we got this week. I don't know what we're going to do next week. I'm bolting. I'm out of town. Maybe him and Justin, my son, will do one for fun.
We'll figure something out.
A grown man and a young boy shooting a video in my basement while I'm gone. It's going to be hot. All right.
That's just disgusting. I'm not even coming over. I'm going to phone Michael.
You know what? I might have to have done. That's your punishment for beating me. That's who beat me was my son last week. He took down the big black pussy all by himself. So
wait a minit. He's making fun of me shooting a video down here with a boy, and he's sitting there saying his son beat him?
He just beat my big black pussy, that's all. Alright, that's all we got. We will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully we're going to win a lot of money. So we'll see you later.
See you guys.